Welcome to my monthly The Expat Career and Lifestyle podcast. I'm Dominika and I am the founder of dmcoaching.eu, the place to be when you want to create a career you love and live the global lifestyle. The Expat Career and Lifestyle podcast. Our special guest today is Rachel Smets, speaker, author, and trainer. She helps people to awaken their confidence and become the inspired person they want to be. For the past 15 years, Rachel lived in several countries. She speaks 6 languages and published 2 books and is writing a third one. She is also a lecturer at the university. And today we are going to speak about how to increase your self-esteem and confidence, and especially as Rachel wrote her bestseller, Awaken Your Confidence, 15 people share their journey to success. Welcome, Rachel. I am really happy to interview you today. So please tell us more about yourself and what are you doing?
Thank you, Dominika. Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure for me to be here, so thank you very much. Indeed, I am a speaker, author, and trainer, teacher, lecturer. So all of those things I am doing at the moment. So like you said, first of all, an author of my book, Awaken Your Confidence. We'll talk about that. I'm also a speaker. I really enjoy to inspire people, motivate, and especially about awakening confidence. Also, I am an expat, so I've been living abroad for the past 15 years, and also I'm a lecturer at the university, international business. So, in a nutshell, Dominika, I guess I am passionate about people, about cultures, about languages, and yeah, that's me.
Wow, great! You are doing so many things. Great. So why did you decide to inspire people to improve their confidence? Why did you choose this subject?
Oh, I can tell you that. Like I said, I've been moving abroad and I've been living in different countries for the past 15 years. And I used to be a very shy girl. Really, as a child, as a teenager, I used to be very shy and I didn't talk much at all. And because of my living abroad and moving abroad, I had to talk to strangers. I had to overcome fears. I had to face challenges. It's always a big challenge to come in a new country with people you don't know, doing a new job. So it was constantly a lot of challenges, but there's so many opportunities that came from that. And one of them is that all these years, I've always been increasing my confidence. And I've learned so much, and I've basically learned to grow my confidence and to be more self-aware and believe more in myself. And all of that, Dominika, is what I really want to tell people about. What I want people to also be able to grow their confidence. And it's a skill that I have to learn and that everybody has to learn. And in my book also, I interviewed 15 very successful people, and all of us, we had to learn it, but you can learn it. So that is my message, that I want to inspire people and motivate people to take action and overcome your fears and go for achieving your goal and your dream. So that's what I plan and aim to do.
Mm-hmm. So it was something based on your personal experience through
Absolutely.
your international life. So
Mm-hmm.
what why did you started your international? What prompted you to start your international life and live in so many countries?
How did I start? I can tell you that as well. I used to. I am native Belgian, and I was early 20s, let's say, and I had a lot of contact with other expats. and I was so inspired by them. And I thought, they're living in other countries and experiencing other cultures. And I really wanted that. I really wanted to experience that as well. And not so much travel, like a lot of people take holidays, but a holiday is just absolutely not the same as really living and working in another country. So I started playing around with that idea that, I wanted that as well. And my main drive was that I did not want to grow old thinking, what if I had done it? What if I had moved? So I thought, okay, I have to do it. I really have to do it. So being in contact with expats, I suppose, was one of the things that gave me ideas and inspiration. And then I started dreaming about it. And then I thought, okay, I want it. I want to move abroad. And then it took me another year to really explore the options and thinking about, okay, what do I need to do? What kind of job? Where will I go? And it was a lot of research, really a lot of research. And I'm writing actually another book right now about moving abroad, because it's not just like, I want to move and then you can move. No, it's a lot of preparation, a lot of thinking, a lot of research. I'm sure you know that too, right, Dominica?
Mm-hmm. Yes, I think, yeah, like preparing before your move, exploring what are your options, what you can do, what
Yep.
kind of job, or if this country is the country that you want to live in. So sometimes I also suggest people to go, for example, like for 2 months, if you can, go and stay in this country for 2 months and see if this city or this country is right for you, and if you want to
Yep.
build your life. So I agree with you that planning and researching is the important step before moving.
Yeah. And I can add to that what I think the first chapter in my book now will be, first of all, take a look at yourself. Are you the kind of person ready to live abroad? Because it's not given to everybody. If you love, having your Sunday coffee with your friends, or if you love going to your favorite restaurant or your gym every day or every week, or, if you're stuck to certain routines, maybe it's difficult for you to adjust in another country. So there's a lot of things to think about. Who are you as a person? Are you open-minded? Are you flexible? Are you attached to your family and friends? There's a lot of things about yourself. And then what you said also, go abroad and take, I call it a discovery trip, like discover another country and then think, okay, could I really live here? Yeah, so a lot to think about.
Yeah, yeah. So in how many countries did you live?
I think now 6, I think, if I'm correct. Yeah.
6 countries. Wow, wow. That's a lot. Yeah. So what was your biggest challenge while living abroad in those countries, and how did you overcome it?
Yeah, that's a good question. And when I have to say the biggest challenge, it's pretty hard because it's actually a series of several challenges that you have every time and that I encountered every time. I would say, let me just say what most expats would answer to this question is because I interview every month. I interview expats, and just like you, Dominica, actually, and the biggest challenge that, let's say, 90% of the expats tell me is the language.
Hmm.
So that the biggest challenge is not knowing the language and not really knowing how to, talk to the locals or get your paperwork done and your registrations. And if you don't know the local language, it makes it really hard. But for me, that was not the case because I speak 6 languages and I learned them. So I avoided that struggle because I knew the languages before I left. Maybe not as fluent as I do now, but at least I really made an effort to learn a language before I moved every time. So for me, when I don't have to include the languages, I would say the challenges that came to me every single time is, as a single woman, having to deal with the movers, getting electricity, getting the internet, the utilities, the water, the gas, the electricity, getting all of that set up for me as a single woman, and then also having to go to my job every day because of course I have to have a job and I have to have income. So all of those little things around the house and that kind of struggle, you know what I mean? That was kind of like, yeah, something I really don't like doing.
Yeah. And how did you overcome it?
How I overcome it? Well, that's one of the main things in my confidence book is there's only one way through it is by taking action and facing it. Because you have to have a place to live and you have to have electricity and you have to have internet and you have to pick up the phone and call those companies. And as much as I hate it, I just, every time I overcome it by doing it, just by taking action and thinking, there's only one way through and that's by facing it. So taking action.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, I think knowing the language before, learning a little bit language before
Mm-hmm.
you move,
Yeah.
will also help you with those challenges because you have to pick up the phone and call the company,
Yeah.
and you have to speak in the local language. Not
Yeah.
sometimes you can speak in English, but it depends, I think, of the country that you are living in.
Yeah, I really still think indeed the language is definitely the number one tip of all. I would say is learn at least the basics of the language because I can give you tons of examples. I had an accident with my car and I was standing on the highway in France and then you call the emergencies and they don't speak English. And then comes the technician for your car and then take you away and they just don't, their English is just, if you then talk the language, it makes your life so much easier. If you get sick, you have to go to the hospital. I mean, and you don't speak the local language, it just makes your life such a challenge. So yes, if there's one thing, Dominica, that I can really, yeah, hope that people would do is take the effort to learn the local language.
Yeah, exactly. So when moving to a new country, like looking for a new career step or starting also like your business, in those situations you can feel a little bit less confidence. Your self-esteem can get lower, or maybe you are not getting any results from your job search or starting your business. You are not getting clients. Or even when you are moving in the country, you are overcoming those challenges that we spoke about before. So
Mm.
how can I rise my confidence, like improve my self-esteem in those situations? If you can give
Mm.
me some tips.
Yes, well, it happens to all of us. Okay, so that would be the first thing to keep in mind is that me too, even though I can now say that I'm pretty confident and I can handle things a lot better and I'm so much less stressed out when I move, even me, as much as many other people, I have my days. I have my days that I think, oh no, it's just not going the way I want. And or things, yeah, things fall apart, or I mean, lots of examples, or a job that's really not satisfying, or people that you think that you can trust and then finally they turn their back against you. There's so many things that can be disappointed and people letting you down, and you think, oh no, and you lose all courage, and you lose all motivation. So the first thing to remember is it really happens to all of us, and that's what I keep thinking, like, okay, I'm having a bad day, I'm losing motivation, but that's okay. I can have a bad day. It's okay. But the thing I do now is that I observe myself and I realize, okay, I'm feeling bad, or I'm feeling sad, or I lack motivation, but that's okay, and I accept that. So I accept that because the next day is another day. It's a new day. So I think the first thing is, okay, I realize I'm not alone. I observe myself. I notice my feelings. I accept that. And another big tip I would say is that I learn all the time, every single day. And from all the failures, from all the mistakes, and that's what we're talking about now, from all the disappointments, I learn. I learn and I grow stronger, because every mistake or every disappointment, for example, okay, let's take an example. You trust somebody and you think, it's somebody very honest, and then it turns out to be not true, then you can be very, very disappointed. But because I've had happened that to me several times in the past, I learned from it, and I learned, to have more people skills, and I have a better intuition, and I learned to maybe take more time before I trust somebody. You see what I mean? So everything that happens, I kind of turn it around into a lesson that I learned from, and a lesson that makes me stronger as well. Does that make sense, Dominica?
Yeah, of course, yeah. Learning from the situation, like having
Yeah.
a learning point, yeah. So this is very important. Talking about people skills, so I know that you have developed excellent networking skills through your international experience. Uh,
Mhm.
like for me, networking is necessary. I think it's also a very important skill to make contacts and integrate well abroad. But
Mhm.
sometimes it can be hard and it can be challenging, especially
Mhm.
when you are an introvert or a
Mhm.
shy person. So, what can you advise to people who want to network and they feel a little bit challenged about networking and meeting new
Mhm.
people?
Yeah, it's true that it's a challenge for many people, especially if you're an introvert. But it helps if sometimes it helps, being alone. Sometimes people say it's easier when you're single and alone, and sometimes I say, well, it has its goods and its bad, because if you're traveling with your spouse or family, it's almost like you network less because you always have somebody close to you you can talk to. But
Mm-hmm.
if you're alone, it kind of forces you to go out and network and meet people and talk to strangers. So I had no choice. I had to talk to other people. But if you think about how can you make it easier, I think the answer to the question really is, if you're shy and you're a bit of afraid to network, focus on your strengths. Okay, focus on the fact that you are a person just like anybody else, and you have talents and you have strengths. And why would you fear talking to somebody? Ask yourself that question. Why would you fear talking to somebody? Because usually we think, but what will he or she think about me, right? That's usually in our mind. We think, if I say something, maybe I should shut up. Maybe I shouldn't say my opinion, or maybe I shouldn't talk to that person because what will he or she think about me?
Mm-hmm.
But all of those are just that. They are thoughts. It's just thoughts in our minds. And fear is also just having these fearful thoughts in our minds. So if we change those thoughts and we think, okay, I just want to have a conversation and I just want to talk, and it's just a person like me. And you know what? The people, the local people or abroad, or usually people really are happy when you talk to them, you know? It's so we fear sometimes to talk to somebody. We fear to network, but in the end, when we do it again, it comes to facing your fear and overcoming it. How? By taking action. Take that step. And then you realize it's not that bad after all. So a lot of times the fears is in our mind, and then the way to overcome it is by taking action. And how do you take action? By taking the first step, and by taking, having a small conversation, saying hello, maybe just the smallest step. What is the smallest step you can take? It doesn't have to be a whole conversation. Just say hello. How are you? What
Mm-hmm.
can go wrong, right?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah. So this is also that I like advise to people, like taking action, taking like small action every day. If you have like a vision or like a goal that you want to achieve, so take like
Uh-huh.
small steps every day. So
Hmm.
we can also apply this to networking or to any different challenges that we have with
Yeah,
confidence, like
yeah,
overcoming our thoughts. Yeah, but yeah, our thoughts about our skills or networking, speaking to every skill that we want to improve.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So, what are the benefits of um, of improving our confidence?
The benefits of improving confidence, there are so many, Dominica. There are so many benefits. First of all, you will feel happier. Really, it may sound like woo-woo, but you will feel better. You will feel more satisfied. Being more confident means that you will find it easier to network. You will improve, or you will achieve your goal easier because you are taking more action. Because if you feel more confident, you take action easier, let's say. So you talk to people easier. You feel healthier in your mind and body. It's a better balance. You feel stronger in yourself. You learn to know yourself better. So yeah, I can go on, but there's definitely a lot of benefits to more confidence.
Yeah. Yeah, I think, yeah, like working and building your confidence is very important in your personal and professional life. So I know there
Absolutely.
are many positive sides and benefits of building your confidence. So in your book, Awaken Your Confidence, you share interviews with 15 people
Yeah.
who improved their confidence. So is there any like common step, action, or like a secret those people took to develop their confidence?
Okay, so well, here's what I did. My book has two parts, and the first part is just like you said. I interviewed 15 successful people, and the reason I did that is to prove to the readers, look, all of these 15 people are now very successful, but they didn't get born with that amount of success or with that amount of confidence. They had to learn. They had to do a lot of things to get there. So the proof and the message of my book is, look, you can learn it and you can grow it just like all of these people. They had to learn it as well. And then here it comes in the second part of my book, I share 11 confidence hacks. And those 11 confidence hacks are the practical guide. So it's a book you can pick up, and after a few months pick it up again and then take another one. And so it has practical tools. And if you say, is there a common thread again, in between those 15 people, I think the main, well, I took 15 people with 15 very different backgrounds, okay? So the one is a professional speaker, the other one is an entrepreneur, the other one is so that you can recognize yourself in at least several of them, you see? So it's hard to say one common thing, but I think, yes, the one common thing is what you also mentioned, Dominica, is taking action. And everyone has their own way of doing it, but it comes down to breaking things down, breaking your fear down into smaller steps. And then if you take a small step, it's much easier. And can I just use an analogy maybe? If you face a mountain, you think, well, let's say the Kilimanjaro, I'm never going to get there. It's just you face a mountain, you think, well, that's not for me. I can't do that. But if you break that up into smaller sections and then you face a hill, crossing a hill is so much easier. So it's all about those big dreams and goals that scare you. Break it down, and what is the first thing you can do? And that is what you can do, and that's what you can take.
So taking small actions and breaking like everything down. Yeah. So you are doing so many things. You are involved in different working projects. So I know that you are doing a lot of speaking engagement. You are writing, teaching languages, coaching. So how do you manage your time? How can you do all those things?
Yeah, that is probably my my weak my pitfall is that I want to do too many things at the same time, and that's not possible. So it's a matter of good planning and prioritizing. And for example, I'm writing the book about moving abroad, so I plan 3 nights a week that I write on my book. I have 2 days a week that I lecture at the university. So I try really to plan like my teaching I do during the day. Working and writing is more in the evening. So yeah, my days are very packed, and then of course comes the relaxation of my mind, and I do that by sports. I need exercise. I need to go to the gym or to go out and run. So that's my morning routine, to really find that balance inside of my brain as well, to just relax my mind, is have some exercise and be in the nature, and then I can be energetic for the rest of the day.
Wow, yeah. So planning and scheduling like ahead.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So what are your plans for the future? So I know that you are writing your first
Yeah, yeah.
book. Yeah. What other plans do you?
Yeah, so I'd love to be able to publish that this year in 2017. I really want to increase speaking engagements, because I find the fact of standing on stage or in a group and inspiring people, I find it so rewarding. So I really enjoy doing that. I also plan to create more online courses, because I already do a lot of small let's say videos on YouTube, but I really want to create more courses, so that I can really package Awaken Your Confidence, and then package it, and then create a course around that. And then, yeah, more teaching and inspiring. As long as I can help and inspire and motivate others, I love helping people. So as long as I can do that, I'm happy.
Wow, great, great. So thank you very much, Rachel, for your time and for sharing your expertise and experience with us. Where can we find more information about you? And I know that you have also a free gift for our listeners today.
Yeah. Well, I suggest that you put it all below, or where you publish this podcast. But I have, like I mentioned, my YouTube channel, Rachel Smets. I'm on Facebook, Rachel Smets. My website, rachelsmets.com. So Rachel and then SMETS, Smets, all in one word. So if you Google me, I think I'm pretty easy to find. Of course, on Amazon, you can find my books, my bio. And yeah, the gift I have is a free mini ebook, I would say, with my top confidence hacks, shortly explained with some actions to it. So really just to give you something to get started, because that's really what I love. I want people to become motivated and inspired, and don't stay stuck. If you think you want something in your life, or you want to change, then don't stay stuck, but start taking some action, even if very small, some action. So with that small ebook, I hope that you get a little bit of inspiration, at least can take an action step. And if I can end with my favorite quote of my book, it's life changes and so can you. So I'll repeat that. Life changes and so can you. So please start now.
Beautiful, amazing. Thank you very much. And I will put all the links and information about you with the description of this podcast. And I am looking forward to interview you about your new book, moving
Ah,
abroad.
thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you so much for having me. If anything, then yeah, I'm here to help. So thank you so much, Dominica.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you for listening. And I hope that you like this podcast. So please share it with your friends and leave us a comment. And we will speak soon with a new guest. Thank you very much and bye.